Okay, welcome back to Chatbot Domination Coaching Program. We are continuing the module in this week is module 4. Okay, and module 4, this is going to be a quick walkthrough as we customize the I Am Freedom workshop funnels as well as integrating that with the use of Zapier and Google Sheet. Okay, let's get into that. Now, the first thing to know is that you should already have the custom I Am Freedom Workshop funnel installed into your ClickFunnels account. If not, the link is available here, as well as the membership site for Module 4, okay? Just click on the link and it will automatically install the funnel into your ClickFunnels accounts. One of the assumptions that I'm going to have in this program is that you know how to make sure that your I'm Freedom Workshop is Facebook compliant. And if not, these are two of the trainings that I have already done in Mob Elite Earners webinar, which is available in the bonus section as well as provided over here that you can access to, or the mobaffiliatesupport.com website that you can go to and search for trainings under Elite Earners webinar. Okay, so the training that you're going to get over here is specific to a MTTB funnel, but it's applicable throughout as long as you use ClickFunnels to build your funnels, and you go through this training where I dive deep into what you need to look out for in terms of making sure that all the ticks, all the conditions are met in order to make sure your funnel is Facebook compliant. Okay, the custom domain secrets is where I go deep into what you need to do in order to create your own custom URL, because Facebook prefers us to use a custom URL based on our custom domain, our own domain name, and to treat it as Facebook compliant. They prefer us not to use clickfunnels.com or leadpages.com like that, you know. So make sure that it is using your domain name. That's the two assumptions that we have. Okay, so we are not going to go too deep into that. The two trainings are available for you. Beyond that, we will be learning all about integration using Zapier and pulling the necessary data out from ManyChats into our Google Sheets. And we will be using these Google Sheets to make sure that the actual registration that go into our back office actually tallies with those people who registers with us on the registration bot that goes into the audience list in ManyChat. Okay, that's the manual way that we need to track and manage to make sure everybody shows up. And this is where you will be using. This is actually under the your back office, your brand new consultant web back office. If you go to the support and over here, the last item in the menu, click and you will be able to select event registrations. Okay, now this is still under beta and it's supposed to be only available for Diamond Mastermind level, so you may not see this. And if you are anywhere below or anywhere below diamond, that means you're titanium, platinum, silver, or whatever, you can of course submit a ticket to support and request for these to be switched on for you in your back office, right? Just make a request and you should be able to get that. So this is a very efficient system, and I will go into that later on. Okay. All right, so now let's get into the actual walkthrough of customizing your funnel. If you already have your funnel installed into your ClickFunnels account, you will be able to see there altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. The last 3 steps are the necessary footer pages where we provide the necessary links or information for income disclosure, privacy policy, and terms and conditions. And these are all necessary, okay, to make sure that it is Facebook compliant. The first step is, of course, the landing page. And the landing page is just for information only. And it's not meant to handle any registration per se, because the funnel that you already have running for your I Am Freedom workshop, you can continue to use that because that's the one that you are using with the pop-up or the registration form itself, where people put in the name, the mobile number, or the cell phone, and they select the session date and time, and that's where you can still continue to use that. And this is just an add-on funnel where we are not going to handle the opt-in within the capture page itself, but rather the button will connect them to the registration bot that we have been building on ManyChat. All right, so that's the major difference. And the other difference, of course, I'm going to go in more detail, would be the multi-cities application. The thank you page is only necessary if you want to use it to track your pixels, conversion pixels or lead tracking, but it's also optional in our case. All right. So every steps over here or every page over here will require a custom URL. All right, using your custom domain. And what do I mean by that? It's like that. Okay, you will be needing to create a capture page using your domain name and creating a path, and together this is your custom what do you call that, custom URL, and these are the custom the link that you will be using for your campaign. Like for instance, if you create a campaign on Facebook ads, this is the link that you can use to send people to, which is basically this landing page. Oh, sorry, this landing page. Okay. So the other thing is the thank you page will have its own URL, custom URL, and of course privacy policy, terms and conditions, and income disclosure. Income disclosure. Okay. To repeat, this is important. Every step or every page over here will require a custom URL, okay? And how to do that, you can always, of course, refer back to what you know, or you can learn to do it on Domain Secrets. All right, so let's get into customizing the landing page. All right. So as you can see, all the stuff over here, the first thing to take note of is the footer page. Okay, the footer has privacy policy, terms and conditions, income disclosure. So make sure that you're linking this to the proper URL, which is here. You based on your own custom URL, based on your own domain name. Okay, so make sure that you do that. Every page over here will have its own. Say first. Support is just basically an email link, which is mail2:support@mob.com. Okay, save again and exit. Privacy policy, terms, condition, income disclosure, all of these pages will have its own footer, and all of these footer will have these 3 pages. Just make sure that you link them to the correct URL. That's the first part. The second part is here. All right. So another assumption is that the basic skills to play with ClickFunnels, I'm assuming that you guys already have. So that includes changing the fonts, for instance. Okay. And that includes changing the background, for instance, over here, background, PG image, and the text itself. Okay. So you will need to change the headline to be consistent with the headline that you are going to use in your Facebook ads. Okay, and this is second secondary headline or sub-headline. This is optional, and you should also change it based on what you want to say from your headline. And another optional item I put here is just a list of the cities that we are covering, just to make sure that people understand that this is not a small company. This is a legitimate business that we are running live events all over the world in many, many cities. Okay, this will give people a little more peace of mind that this is a legit business. Okay, the next thing you need to go through is, of course, the button. And the way I implemented this is that the button will go to your registration landing page, your bot, your registration bot, which is this one. Growth tools, the bot that you have created over here, right? This is a landing page that leads into your registration bot. Okay, now understand something, that this I'm using is a multi-city registration bot. You can, of course, customize it as a single city registration bot. Okay, so the option is yours, the power is with you. Let me get back to here, and I always set it to open to a new window, a new tab. Go back. Okay, so moving down, there's the rest of the other stuff you actually don't need to change, with the exception of these two rows over here. And these two rows represent the cities that you are going to promote. If you are going to promote only one city in this funnel, of course, you just need to delete everything and feature one city. All right, but this is my multi-city funnel, so I can in this case I am promoting 6 cities all at once. If you want to create more, of course, come to the blue section, duplicate this or clone this, and it will automatically add one more row, and that's when you start changing the information over here. Okay, I'm not going to do 9, I'm just going to do 6. Okay, so these 6 cities I'm promoting. The rest of the other stuff, I basically, let me show you. I'm basically getting it from here. I Am Freedom Workshop, Hong Kong. Okay, so as you can see, what you're going to, at this workshop, you will learn blah, 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 and then the attendee bonuses, and what is this workshop all about, and the testimonials are all captured from here. The reason why, these are all valid information, and if I'm using this as an information page, I need to make sure that all the information is represented, okay? Because I'm not redirecting people to the registration page over here at MOB. I'm managing the registration in my bot, so I need a ClickFunnels landing page that has all the necessary information, because you need to cater to certain people who requires to know more about the events before they register. All right, so how to change this should be easy enough. All the buttons are linking to the same thing, which is basically the registration bot. Okay, as you can see here, I'm using my own custom URL. Now, there are 3 ways that you can put in the links over here. One is the actual ManyChat link that is given to you, like so. Here. This is my landing page registration bot. If you remember, if you go to setup, you will have this link given to you. You can use it like that. I don't recommend it, but you can. Or you can use Bitly. Okay, now Bitly is basically, you go to a link shortener, put in the long, create a new shorten URL, put in the long URL, and then it will automatically create a shortened URL. Copy that, and you will be able to use it here. Okay, or rather here. And the last thing is, of course, I'm using WordPress and a Pretty Link plugin to create my custom URL. For this button itself, I'm redirecting people to my this one, registration bot. Registration bot on ManyChat, right? Okay, so ManyChat has its own link. That's what you need to do. Just link it to ManyChat bot, which is this one. Okay. Coming back to here. Now, all of these links to the same registration bot, so they're all fine, including this one. This works is because I'm using a multi-city. So even if they forget to select the city, they can do so once they get into my, which is over here. Once they get into my registration bot, okay. Okay, let me click here. Cancel, preview, you will see it right now. Okay, if I click here, if I forget to select my city, I will come here and I send to Messenger, view it in Messenger, and you will be able to see that I will be able to select my city from here as well. So I don't need to select it from over there. Okay. All right, let's get back to here again. Or I can select the city from here. Okay. Now, the other thing is that you can also remove this button so it becomes cleaner, and all you're giving them is just the information over here. Okay, that we are having workshops in 6 cities, and just repeat one single button right down here, or right after over here. You can do that. For instance, let me do it now. I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'm going to pull this down into right below here, and from here on I can always delete this. Okay, delete this. Okay, so it will work the same way. In fact, this may be better because I don't want to give them an impression that they have already selected the city, but once they get into my messenger, they have to select the city all over again. So that as a user journey, as a user experience, it makes more sense to remove this here. Okay, you will figure these things out as you go along and leave it over here instead. Now I want to change this to be simpler. I don't want the subtext like that. Okay, so it becomes a lot simpler. Remove this extra space. Okay, claim my city, select a city. Okay, like that. So this works. Save it. The rest you don't really need to touch. Okay, but you can read through, but you don't need to touch it. So that's it. In terms of customizing your click funnels for your I Am Freedom Workshop multi-city funnel, this is all you need to do. The second part is over here. Integrations you don't need to touch because there's no form that you need to integrate with any autoresponder. SEO metadata, yes, read through the title, read through the description, change it according to whatever you want to. Author is your name. Now, social image is this image. You can change it to something different. It's perfectly fine. Tracking code is where you put in your pixel, Facebook pixels. Okay, this is one way you put, one place you can put in the Facebook pixel. Another place is, let me save it and go out. Another place is here, settings. Okay, the Facebook pixels, the base pixel can be implemented or can be inserted in here. Head tracking code. Okay, the difference is if you put it in here, it applies to all the pages. If you put it in individual page, it's individual steps itself, then it is only applicable to individual pages. All right. Let me get back to here. One last thing I need to cover is, well, you don't need to touch background. Typography is where you control the overall link color, okay? And the overall text, default text color. Sometimes you need to change the default links because you need to make sure that it shows up and readable for all your links. Now, the last thing is, of course, general. General, what I do is I can leave everything empty as it is, or I can on submit, go to my thank you page. Okay, and that's about it. Save it, get out. That's all you need to do for customizing your landing page. Thank you page is the optional page. And this is where you put in your lead tag. Okay. And your lead tag is only applicable to here. So let me just show you what is a lead tag. Lead tag is an event tag, is a script, is a pixel. Let me open up my file. FP campaign. So this is an event code for lead. Okay, so I need to track lead. So copy that, come back here, go to settings, go to tracking code, insert lead, the event code. Okay, so that's all you need to do in terms of the rest. It's the same thing. You don't need to integrate this. You can always look through the metadata to make sure that everything is what you want. And tracking code, like I mentioned, this is lead. Okay, if you are not using the any custom button from ManyChat, you don't have to put this here. In fact, let me just remove that. Okay. Then the rest you also don't need to touch. Okay. Now, this is a thank you page that that I can always point people back. Like for instance, if I go to my here, edit my registration bot, and you will see that I am pointing people back here to complete the loop here. Okay, I give them an extra bonus as an incentive for them to come back to the thank you page. Okay, and the extra bonus is right below here. Now, this button, you can do two things. Okay, what I do is I just point them back to the registration bot. So it's a very simple thing. Or if you are doing a traditional way where your landing page, let me get out. If your landing page is implementing a registration opt-in, that means there's a form for people to fill in order to complete the registration. You can do this button as in the thank you page, right? You can do this button and call it bring a friend. And the bring a friend will redirect them back to the landing page or the opt-in page where they can enter the information using the form that you are implementing. Okay, this is a traditional way, the previous way that you have been doing. You can do it like that. Get back to thank you. Now, the bonus that I was telling you about, this is how I implement the bonus giveaway. Okay, I'm giving them something of value. And this is how they need to come here in order to claim this bonus. One way is when they come here, the lead tracking pixel code is going to fire, and I know for sure that this has become a lead. Facebook tracking is essential, right? And of course, the button click links to your affiliate link with ClickFunnels. As you know, as you become a member with ClickFunnels, you automatically has an affiliate account. Okay, so you can get that affiliate link over here. Now, this is also my implementation of what I call the multiple streams of income concept. Okay, so whenever they try to get the Expert Secrets book, ClickFunnels is going to upsell them to other programs. So if they were to buy something, they are going to contribute to my commission. It doesn't need to be this. It can be you can give away the 14 days trial for the ClickFunnels free account, or you can give something else like the 30 days trial to Aweber. Okay, anything of value that you can provide, and which also will give you an additional revenue stream of income. All right, so save it, and don't forget the footer must be linked properly. Okay. All right, so once everything is done, you need to test it, right? Click over here and test it. Okay, make sure that all the links are working. You need to make sure that if you go back here and you click on preview landing page, click on preview, and then you need to look through, read through, make sure there's no mistakes, spelling errors, and make sure that when you click on this button and when you click on this button, it goes to where it needs to go, which is your registration bot. Okay, with that, we would have concluded the walkthrough customization for your IM Freedom multi-city funnel. Okay, once again, this is a multi-city funnel, one of its kind. Most people are not using multi-city that I know of. They're using a single city. But know that this can be easily customizable into a single city funnel and doesn't need to be multi-city.